Hi class, in this video I want to talk about how you do division of polynomials. So in the previous lecture what I talked about was how you do multiplication of polynomials. There are a bunch of different ways depending on how many terms there were in the polynomial, if it was a binomial, trinomial, things like that. But in division of polynomials we're going to talk about two types: when you divide a polynomial by a monomial, and then finally just how you divide polynomials in general. And the second one's a little bit harder. It's going to involve actually going back and doing long division. Okay, so divide a polynomial by a monomial, that's super easy. So to divide a polynomial by a monomial, divide each term in the numerator by the denominator and just write it as the sum of quotients. So this is what it looks like. If you have a plus b divided by a single term c, you can write this as, you can take this and split it into two fractions. You could write this as a divided by c plus b divided by c here. All right, you can expand this out even if you have three terms. So let's try this one. 6x cubed minus 3x squared plus 9x, all divided by 3x. So what you're going to do is you're going to take this crazy looking expression and you're going to break up the fractions. You're going to take the first term in the numerator, 6x cubed, divided by whatever the denominator is, 3x, minus 3x squared divided by 3x, and then finally plus 9x divided by 3x. Now all you have to do is simplify this. So you're going to take 6 divided by 3 is 2. X cubed divided by a single x, you have an x squared left. The 3's cancel out here. An x squared divided by an x, you're just left with an x, so you have minus x. And 9 divided by 3 is just 3, and the x cancel out. And that's your expression right there. Okay, let's do a little bit harder one. Now talking about how you divide polynomials. Okay, so to divide polynomials, use a method similar to that used for division of whole numbers. Excuse me. So the same equation used to check division of whole numbers is the same to check polynomial division. So quotient times divisor plus remainder has to be the dividend. All right, if a term is missing in the dividend, insert the term with zeros as its coefficient. This helps keep like terms in the same column, and this is going to be illustrated in our next example here. Okay, so here's what I want to do. I want to take 6x plus 2x cubed plus 26 and divide it by x squared. And I know it looks crazy what's on the screen here, so I'm going to walk you through it. Okay, so here's what you can do. You're going to take this, the divisor, and put it right out here. So you're going to put x plus 2 divided, it goes into. Now you're going to write this, all right, in ascending order. So you're going to write 2x cubed first. Notice how there's no x squared term, so you're going to put plus 0x squared. If there's any of these terms missing, it's really important to put that in. Plus the 6x here, plus the 26. All right, so here's what you do. You look at your x here, and you look at this 2x cubed. You say, okay, what do I have to multiply the x by to get 2x cubed? Well, I have to multiply it by 2x squared. So I'm going to put that up there. Then you're going to take 2x squared. Multiply it by x, you get 2x cubed. 2x squared times 2 gets me 4x squared. Then what you're finally going to do is you're going to subtract away. So 2x cubed minus 2x cubed goes away. 0x squared minus 4x squared, that's how they have this minus 4x squared here. Then you're going to repeat the process. Looking at the minus 4x squared, what do I have to multiply minus 4x squared by x to get? So I'm going to multiply, to get x to look like this, I have to multiply it by minus 4x to get minus 4x squared. So then repeat the process. Minus 4x squared times x gets me minus 4x squared. Minus 4x times 2 gets me minus 8x. Now here's what you do. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to subtract. So when you subtract this away, it's going to change all the signs. So this becomes 4x squared, not minus minus, but plus 4x squared goes away. 6x minus minus becomes plus. 6x plus 8x gets me 14x. So now you're just going to repeat the process. What do I have to multiply the x by to get 14x? Just 14. So 14 times x gets me 14x. 14 times 2 gets 28. And then I'm going to subtract. So 14x minus 14x goes away. 26 minus 28 gets me minus 2. And now there's no way nothing you can multiply the x by to get minus 2. So that is your remainder. So you write this as whatever you have up here, your solution when you do this division is 2x squared minus 4x plus 14, and then you have a remainder that you write over this. So this is written as minus 2 divided by whatever this was, x plus 2. And that's your answer, how you approach this.